Has the earth lost its luster? Has Earth become the bad house in the galactic neighborhood? Well, worry no more.
Flip that planet! Flip that planet. Well, now the exciting new show, Flip That Planet! Flip That Planet, that's right. Real estate moguls, business developers of all kinds are trying to improve the planet so that we can flip it in the galactic marketplace and make some kind of profit off of our own existence. Flip that planet! Flip that planet.
The JB Web Show is becoming WJBW in Orlando, the first quasi-radio web show.
Are you a casual World of Warcraft player looking for a great podcast that actually speaks to your level of gameplay? Then join Root, Freckleface, and the entire Hearthcast crew each week as they bring you news, information, auction house tips, and more from the World of Warcraft, all geared toward the average player. For more information, check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/Hearthcast. Find them on iTunes or just visit their webpage at hearthcast.com. Hearthcast. It's about World of Warcraft.
Welcome back to the JB Web Show. I am JB Webb. That is the undeniable rock group Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine. There's your credit where credit is due. Welcome to the JB Web Show. On this fine episode, we have again, as we continue to blaze new paths, we have an artist interview, but this is a voice artist. and a voiceover artist, voiceover talent, to be precise. Full-time voice talent, recording radio, TV commercials, narrations of all kinds, web, audio, podcast intros and outros, etc., from her home studio in the New York City area. The clients include Trump, Taj Mahal in Atlantic City, Verizon, Motorola, Dole, eBay, IBM, Cisco Systems, Fujifilm, Ernst & Young, to just name a couple. There's many more. She has 10 years experience working with small and large businesses worldwide, full production skills, and large networking circles. So if you need a talent other than what her voice can offer, she can still get you the person that you might need. So the collaboration is there, and that's the cool thing. And you're a voice artist, and welcome, Trish, to our show. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Well, great. Well, it's really cool you've agreed to do this, this little social experiment that we do here called the JB WeBB Show, but I appreciate that. I think what's really cool is you have great success doing this all, 10 years ago, it was very much in the future to be doing everything from your home. I'd say you're definitely leading the edge on that. But what I think is really cool is that you have a lot of different, granular personalities within your voice, which I hope you'll share with us a little bit of how you got into the actual craft of voice acting. But before that, how did you? Is this something you wanted to do when you were young?
Honestly, no.
Okay. Well,
so basically, when I found myself becoming very kind of entrenched in the college radio scene when I went to school in college, and I won't say when that was.
No, that's safe.
And so I found that I was just really drawn to radio. The radio stations on campus, both colleges that I went to, had pretty successful radio stations, and they were pretty well known on campus. So I got involved in that, and just did my thing really, and went to college and then left college and decided to get to the workforce. Got really bored at a 9-to-5 accounting job.
Yeah.
And I thought, I kind of want to do something different.
Sure.
So I decided to search radio back out, and it just so happened that they had an internship at the local radio station in Sussex County, New Jersey, which was my home area at the time, and that's kind of where I got my start. I interned, then they put me on the air on weekends, and at the same time, I was still doing my full-time day job.
Wow. Yeah, so, that's cool.
In accounting. I wasn't able to make a lot of money, really make a living doing radio full-time. So I was still doing accounting, and I had gotten into radio about 6 months when one of my friends suggested voiceover. Okay. And I honestly, this was 2000. This was the year 2000.
Right.
Okay. So you're talking the web obviously isn't what it is anywhere near what it is now.
Right. There was like Walkmans. They were still using Walkmans, I think, still back then, right?
Right. Well, not quite. But,
it was MP3s were big. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, basically they were there were websites online, and we actually had internet at the radio station, which was kind of a big deal. We used it for show prep. So I remember being at the radio station and just literally, and Google didn't even exist, or at least it wasn't as popular as it was. I just, whatever the search engine was at the time, Yahoo probably. Right. And I put in voiceovers, and I found a coach that just happened to be local in New Jersey. I got into one of her teleclasses, and I just started to kind of look, and it turned out that he said that I really had a kind of commercial type of a sound rather than narration. So I had a broadcast type of a very commercial voice, and I just happened to be right outside of New York City, which was really the hub of commercial production at that same time. So I just came out of the demo.
Right time, right place. Everything kind of went. You had some really good guidance. It sounds like.
Yeah.
So at that specific point, was it like, okay, I've got everything? When you landed your first big gig, I mean, it was like, for real, I can do this now as a living.
Well, it did take some time. I still did them part-time for about 4 years, even after I got an agent in New York, which was not too long after, I started training. And I think 2001 was right around the time, 2001 or 2002, I was starting to go into the city, and I had representation there, and I was starting to go in for auditions. But it wasn't until 2004 that I was able to actually leave my accounting day job and actually pursue it full time.
Okay, cool. So it took a little bit of time, a few years to cultivate it. But so now you're up and running. So what kind of things do you see coming down the pipe? I mean, at least for you personally, are you more interested in, hey, let me get back on the radio, or are you quite happy doing this type of work moving forward, or do you have any plans at all?
Yeah, I would definitely like to stay with voiceover. I don't really want to go back to making $7 an hour and working weekends and holidays and radio, to be honest.
Okay. That's fair.
That's kind of where I was. I always did it part-time. I did radio for 8 years total, and it was a great experience. But it was I think the reason why I wound up coming into voiceover rather than staying a DJ is actually because I was better at kind of bringing a script to life. If you put a script in front of me, I'll know exactly what to do with it.
Right.
But in radio, we were still given kind of liner sheets. They were just bullet points.
Right.
And I really had a hard time kind of making kind of talking off the top of my head and making it sound my own.
Yeah.
So that's really why I thought, wow, I mean, with voiceover, you generally don't stray from the script.
Right,
at
sure.
least not with commercial copy. So, some people do, but I just basically stick with the script, and that's really what's...
Okay, so you're doing what you're doing, you're doing it well, and you said, I'm just going to keep on doing it. So that's cool. Now, well, I guess maybe this is a good segue then, because you're also involved quite in entrepreneurial activities. You're a part of VoiceCasa.com and VoiceTweet.com. Just a little information about those are kind of current things that you're getting trying to get up off the ground.
Yeah, well, VoiceTweet has been online for about a year now.
Oh, cool.
And it's really kind of a small site, but it is a subscription-based site where I'm very active on Twitter. Mm-hmm. As a voice talent, I've actually gotten a lot of work through Twitter, a lot of voice work.
Really?
So I found that a lot of and there seems to be a community of voice talent on Twitter, mm-hmm. and I kind of wanted to bring us all together in one place where I could kind of send out a link to potential voice seekers online on Twitter, and send them a link and say, hey, if you want to choose from these people, then here you go. Like here's, we have everything categorized: narrations,
cool.
Promos, movie trailers. Everybody that has a listing on there has a specific niche in that particular area. So it was kind of like, it's $7 a month. It's just a small fee to basically, help me keep the website running.
All right, well, cool. Well, it sounds like a real cool forum, and I definitely understand the value of networking. So now, and just tell me, and so what's Voice Casa about?
Voice Casa was, actually, that's kind of a way bigger project than Voice Suite. But basically, I came up with the idea in 2007, bought the domain, and kind of worked on it ever since. It was just kind of this idea of English-only speaking people, ad agencies, production companies, were constantly coming to me looking for Spanish-speaking voiceover talent.
Oh, wow.
They didn't know where to find them, and because they don't speak the language, many times they had developed a relationship with me, with their company, and so they would call me knowing that I was a voiceover person, expecting me to know people that actually did what I do in Spanish. So I really had a hard time finding. The first person that ever asked me for one, I didn't know any. And I thought, and I started to get more and more of those phone calls as a couple of years went by, and I thought, so I finally bought the domain, and I kind of just sat on the idea for a while, and then in 2010 I had a web company look at it. They said they would build it for X amount of dollars, and basically I decided to put some money aside, and I invested in the site. So basically, it's for Spanish-speaking voice talent only. Cool. And many voice talent that do Spanish voiceovers also do English voiceovers. So I do allow them to list their English demos too, but primarily they're Spanish-speaking talent. And they're basically they have two they need to fit two qualifications. One, they need to be bilingual enough to do business with English-only speaking people, and the other is that they need to have a professionally produced demo. I don't allow amateurs on the site. Okay. Basically, you have to be up to a certain par talent-wise. Wow. So it seemed like a need in the industry, and a lot more ad agencies and production companies were starting to really look for Spanish talent. So that's where Voice Casa came from, and so we're kind of we have about 65 talent listed. Wow. And clients can post their projects for free. Okay. And work with the talent directly. Wow. If they sign up for a free client account, they can actually contact the talent directly. They have an email address, phone number, whatever the talent provides on their profile page.
Wow. Okay, that's really cool. Well, I mean, what I think is great is like you're, again, really, contributing a lot of these areas. You're just saying, hey, this is a trend. I see this trend. It makes sense to do this. So this is awesome that you're really kind of organically creating all these forums for other voice actors, and meanwhile, kind of really propelling and perpetuating your own, let's say, kind of legendary status in the industry. So. So that's awesome. So I'll let people know about voicecasa.com. Definitely, I think the site looks great. The best contact for you, though, Trish, is really voiceoversbytrish.com. Is that the best way for them to connect with you? And through Twitter, it sounds like. Okay. All right. Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm gonna just play a little bit of my own original music there in the background, and we've been speaking with Trish Bassani. We'll be back a little bit more. Hold on a second.
What happens when you believe everything is possible?
Hey, I need you to pick up wheat gluten flour.
Wait, wheat what flour?
Gluten.
Every family has traditions. Each year, they proudly trade sweaters for swim trunks once the temperature drops below a chilly 32 degrees.
Insane nightlife. Just one reason to get your party on at the Palms. 25% off diamonds, garnet, amethyst, ruby, and heart-shaped jewelry.
Meet Sam and Mel. Mel is short for Melissa.
I love you, abuelita.
People with hypertension are 4 to 6 times more likely to have a stroke. What's more, you can have hypertension for many years without ever experiencing a single symptom.
Or call me at 595-1059 with your group order, and I'll custom make your tasty meal in time for the big race.
Whether you're out for a night on the town, hosting a corporate event, or you just want to watch the game,
people aren't sure how to react. And even though you can now get the fresh taste of white hen sandwiches, salads, chips, coffee, bread, milk, everything is possible.